You were learning things that you weren't supposed to know, and so now they're burning the books, because that's what fascists do. Except this is the digital age, so book burning looks a little different these days. But it's still the same thing, because this, to them, is the scariest part about TikTok. The American education system is geared so blatantly towards indoctrination into American exceptionalism that I was already taught about it in school in Germany 20 years ago. The American dream, as a modern example of how propaganda works, is one of the first things on the curriculum when learning about the United States anywhere outside of the US, pretty much. Because when you genuinely believe that the United States is the greatest country in the world and can do no wrong, you are far less likely to criticize their military actions or foreign policy, and you are far more likely to justify any gruesome historical event that it took to get there, including the atrocities that were and still are being committed towards Black and Indigenous people. In short, you just don't question the system. And then you come on here and you hear the perspectives of outsiders and marginalized people, and you start doubting and unpacking and deconstructing, and you start to realize that maybe that country isn't the greatest in everything, and that you have a lot more in common with the people that they've spent decades demonizing and othering, and that is their worst case scenario. Just think about the bans on certain books on critical race theory, gender studies, and so on just in the past couple of months. If access to information threatens the stability of the system is oppressive by default. That is why they are burning the books. Which, by the way, is why I'm not going to take my content and just upload it to the Redbook app, but instead I'm going to remake it with additional and or updated information instead. So if you're marginalized and or a woman in the US, please stay safe, because what Heinrich Heine said about burning books still holds up today. And lastly, I just want to thank you for everything that I got to learn from you since I posted my first video here on the day after the Capitol insurrection. Please stay safe.